What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Hoop Talk Podcast, Episode 4. Now, this podcast is going to be a lot we're talking about. First and foremost, I want to say RIP to Jerry West. He was a legendary player, a legendary executive, a legendary coach, and he was a mentor to a lot of players in the NBA, a lot of players outside of the NBA. And he definitely will be missed. Jerry West really set the stone for a lot of things going on in the NBA. He was a voice. He was a mentor. He was motivation to a lot of players, and everybody is sad that he's gone. But I'm gonna get into more Jerry West towards the end. But right now, we're going to be talking about Game 3. Now, Game 3 was a roller coaster. Yeah, you had JT and JB combining with 61 points. You had Kyrie actually having a great game. You had the role players of the Mavs having an okay game. You had Luka, Luka being Luka on the offensive end. But Luka needs to play way better defense. Luka cannot guard a soul. Luka can't guard a 5-year-old. Luka can't guard a 95-year-old. Like, he can't guard nobody for some reason. And then his frustration with the refs, like him getting fouled out, really was a big upset for the Mavs. Like, if he never got fouled out, the outcome of the game could have been different. But him not being able to guard nobody on the floor, him not able to like stay in front of people, caused him to get thrown out the game with 6 fouls. And Luka, you need to stop fouling. Luka needs to stop fouling, or this team will continually be like this. It will continually not be enough to win, because offense is not the only thing you need to win games or win the championship. You need defense. You need communication. You need role players. You need injury-free players on the team. You need all that to actually win a championship. It's hard to win a championship, and defense is one of the main things. Moving on. JT and JB. JT was having a rough series this series. He really wasn't scoring like that the first 2 games. He was contributing. He was rebounding. He was doing other little things, but scoring wasn't his friend these past few games. But his 3rd game, he stepped up. Kristaps Porzingis was in the lineup. He was injured, and he stepped up with 31 points. And then JB stepped up with 30 points, them combining with 61 points. Now, that was definitely needed for the Celtics. JT actually stepping up, actually being the superstar that he is, actually being the future face of the NBA that he is, stepping up on the offensive end of scoring. And the Celtics needed every bit of it. And JB, of course, the way he's been playing this whole playoffs, scoring 30 points with ease, that the Celtics definitely needed it as well. And Jaylen Brown also had a great dunk. Was doing great on the defensive end, guarding Luka, Kyrie, and you had him, Drew, JT switching off with Kyrie and Luka. They was really like firing from every angle of the court. And if they keep this up, game 4 is gonna look like a sweep. It's gonna look like a sweep. Now moving on. All right, now Kyrie. We're going to be talking about Kyrie and the Mavs role players. Kyrie, he did not pull it off in the 4th quarter. He was trying to be superhero when Luka was out late in the 4th quarter, but he couldn't pull it off. Now he definitely had a great game. He had 30-something points. He had some assists, a couple rebounds. But towards the end, where they needed him the most, he couldn't pull it off. Like, it was the Celtics had too much for them. And the Mavs role players, Gafford, P.J. Washington, Tim Hardaway, Lively, Kleba, and the rest of those guys, they did decent. They did their thing. They did what role players needed to do, but the Celtics just swarmed over them. Like it was way too much. Like even though Kristaps Porzingis was out of the game, the Celtics had another person stepping up. Tillman stepped up, scored like a 3 or 2, played some great defense, and did all that. But the Mavs could not pull it off. They didn't have enough firepower. They didn't have enough defense to throw at the Celtics. And Kyrie couldn't be the superhero that he wanted to be. He couldn't shoot them out of the game. He couldn't score them out of the game. Like it was just way too much for them from what I seen. And in order for them to collectively like win as a group going on to game 4, they're gonna have to play good defense. Especially Luka. But Kyrie, good game, but you gotta be able to knock down these shots when it counts. Moving on. Alright, now let's move on and talk about the death of the late great Jerry West. Now, my condolences go to him and his family. And I know I wasn't watching basketball back in the day, but of course, me being a student of the game and loving the game, I go back, watch old clips of the old players and seeing like movies and TV shows of specific players and just seeing what type of players they are and seeing all that. Jerry West was a great player. He was a great person. He was just a great worker overall. And seeing this on Instagram and YouTube just really kind of hurt my heart because of me being a fan of the game and me knowing that he was a great Laker. He only won one championship, but he won multiple ways. He won as a coach. He won as an executive. He won as a person, and he definitely will be missed. And it's kind of hard talking about deaths, like just deaths in general, because nobody wants to see nobody die. But Jerry West will be missed. And that's it for episode 4. Basically, I'm gonna sum it up with Luka needs to play defense for the next game. Luka needs to step up. Luka needs to be the great player he is. And sometimes you got to be uncomfortable to be a great player. And I guess him playing defense is him being uncomfortable. And that's what he has to go out to do. And he's not the only one that's out there. His teammates got to be out there. Kyrie got to step up again for them to force a game 5. And if they don't, Celtics are going to come out with the W and get their 18th banner. But I'll see y'all in episode 5 of Hoop Talk Podcast. Peace out.